Yeah, how about
Yeah, try to. Again? Where's your mic? Where's your mic on this? It's so small. Okay, you might have to use my computer now.
wait, cannot
I don't have a computer. Muscle. pause it, right? Because takut they want to change.
Why? Hello?
Okay.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, but takut you have to.
Okay. Original song from musicians.
That's what we tried just now. Though. I can't hear. I can. Wait.
Oh,
Then
obviously
try
I can't hear myself.
What?
Laptop. Hi.
Good afternoon to our esteemed judges, teacher advisors, and fellow participants. Not forgetting our dear viewers who are tuning in from our YouTube live telecast. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Sri Aman Environmental Youth Leadership Summit's Eco Innovation Competition 2026. We are honored to have you
Recording
join
in
us
progress.
for this exciting afternoon that celebrates environmental innovation, creativity, and youth leadership. I am Janani Tharmasilan, and it is my pleasure to serve as the moderator for this afternoon's competition. Before we begin, allow me to introduce our distinguished panel of judges, along with a brief overview of their professional backgrounds and accomplishments. Firstly, we are honored to welcome Dr. Alia Afifa Abu Talib as our head judge. Dr. Alia currently serves as the head of the MSU Center for Environmental, Social, and Governance, ESG, at Management and Science University. Her expertise spans sustainability, facilities management, the built environment, and environmental governance. She's also a certified trainer for the Nationally Determined Contributions (NDC) 3.0 policy and has contributed to the Malaysia UNESCO Cooperation Program, particularly on the UNESCO Biosphere Reserve project at Tasik Chini. With her extensive experience in sustainability, research, and climate action, we're honored to have Dr. Alia leading our judging panel today. Next, we are pleased to introduce Ms. Alisha Afika binti Muhammad Razwil. Ms. Alisha currently serves as the Director of Academics at MYADP and is an intern at Justice for Wildlife. Ms. Alisha has also previously worked as a volunteer coordinator at the Gibbon Conservation Society, a mentor under Roots and Shoots Malaysia, and a Duke of Edinburgh Award trainer. Ms. Alisha's area of expertise includes animal welfare, wildlife conservation, environmental law, international relations, and international law. Ms. Alisha also brings extensive MUN experiences to our judging panel. Beyond her academic and MUN achievements, Ms. Alisha is a two-time gold recipient of the Roots and Shoots Award Malaysia and has accumulated 3 years of hands-on experience in the animal conservation and wildlife rehabilitation. With her strong background in environmental advocacy, international affairs, and conservation, we're honored to have Ms. Alisha joining us today. Finally, we welcome Dr. Muhammad Haikal Ismail. Dr. Haikal currently serves at the Department of Environmental Science and Technology, Faculty of Forestry and Environment in University Putra Malaysia, UPM in Serdang. His expertise includes ESG integration, sustainability practices, and ESG-driven solutions. And he serves as the lead coordinator of the ESG Learning Hub Sungai Lui, supported by UNESCO Malaysia. He's also a project leader for the Dana Inovasi Sosial project with Eka Lui and has contributed as a main supervisor for research on ESG and sustainability. With a PhD in chemical engineering, accreditation as a HRD Corp trainer, and experience as an international speaker across several countries, we're honored to have Dr. Haikal joining us today. We are truly grateful for their time, expertise, and commitment to supporting young people in advancing environmental awareness and innovation. I extend my hearty congratulations to all 8 shortlisted groups for making it to this stage. Today, we will be seeing some amazing ideas and projects focused on creating a more sustainable future. Before we begin, let me briefly explain the format for today's competition. Each group will have 7 minutes to deliver their presentation, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A with our panel of judges. Please manage your time effectively and ensure that you cover the key points and important aspects of your project within the allocated time. The 7-minute timer will be presented on the top left corner of the Zoom call. Please be aware of your time while presenting. During your presentation, if you would like our technical team to move on to the next slide, please provide a clear verbal cue, such as, "Next slide, please." Please also take note that a bell will sound when there is a 2-minute when there is 2 minutes remaining in your presentation. This is an example of what the bell will sound like. This will serve as a reminder for you to wrap up your presentation and ensure that you conclude within the given time limit. Would anyone like me to go through the format again? You can raise your hand. If no, let us begin. We wish all the teams the very best of luck. Our first shortlisted group is SMA Negeri 10 Samarinda, presenting their project, the development of starch-based biodegradable plastic from jackfruit seed starch with cinnamon essential oil and twin AT for enhanced water resistance. Whenever you are ready, you may begin.
Can we please have some time to adjust our camera, please?
Sorry, you are not audible.
Oh, so it's prohibited? Good morning, respected judges, teachers, and fellow participants. My name is Valeria Sisokaban, and this is my partner, David Imanusong. We are from SMA Negeri 10 Samarinda. On today's occasion, we would like to present our innovation called Eco-Shell. Our topic is talking about plastic pollution, a major environmental problem caused by plastic waste that is difficult to break down. It means we need an alternative solution besides using container plastic. And our idea is
Excuse me?
Yes.
So sorry to interrupt, but your audio is really unclear.
Oh. So we have to
Come closer to your camera.
okay, like this. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Are the timers still on? Can we repeat?
You can restart your presentation. We're going to restart the timer.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, and fellow participants. My name is Valeria Sisokaban, and here's my partner, David Imanusong. On today's occasion, we would like to present our innovation called Eco-Shell. Our topic is talking about plastic pollution, a major environmental problem caused by plastic waste that is difficult to break down. It means we need an alternative solution besides using conventional plastic. And our idea is to turning waste into a useful biodegradable material. So, how can waste become a part of the solution? Let us begin. Next slide, please. Plastic pollution is a major global environmental issue. According to the UNEP, more than 8 million tons of plastic enter ocean ecosystem every year. The problem is not only the amount of the plastic, but how long it stays in our environment. And conventional plastic can take up into 450 years to naturally degrade. Because of this, plastic waste continues to build up in landfills, rivers, and also oceans. This can harm our
Excuse me?
Right, yes?
I'm so sorry to interrupt again, but the judges are not able to hear you.
Oh. Can you guys hear me now?
Give us a minute to respond. We will get back to you.
Okay. Yeah, we need to speak louder. Please speak louder.
Hello, sorry, can you hear me? Are you able to speak slower and a bit more closer and louder to the mic?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, it would be preferable if you could keep that tone and that audio for the rest of the presentation.
Okay, but sorry, we have a time limit, so we speak a little bit faster.
Okay.
Is it okay?
No.
Judges, would you like our participants to restart?
Yes, I would
Yes,
like that
please.
actually because I did not catch the first half of it.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, participants, you can restart. We'll reset the timer.
Good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, and fellow participants. My name is Valeria Sisakaban, and here's my partner, David Emmanuel Xiaomi. On today's occasion, we would like to present our innovation called EcoShield. Our topic is talking about plastic pollution, a major environmental problem caused by plastic waste that is difficult to break down. It means we need an alternative solutions besides using conventional plastic, and our idea is to turning waste into something useful biodegradable material. So how can waste become something of the part of the solution? Let us begin. Next slide, please. Plastic pollution is a major environmental issue nowadays. According to UNEP, more than 8 million tons of plastic enter ocean ecosystem every year. The problem is not only the amount of the plastic, but also how long it stays in our environment. And however, conventional plastic can take up to 450 years to naturally degrade. Because of this, plastic waste continues to build up in landfills, rivers, and oceans. This can harm our ecosystem, biodiversity, and human health. So we need an alternative that not only safe for us, but also can control us on dependence on using conventional plastic. And this brings us to the problem that we want to solve. Next slide, please. As we know, biodegradable plastic can be an alternative to conventional plastic. However, it has a weakness of water resistance. Even a little droplet of water can make them easily damaged and impractical for food packaging. At the same time, our team found another opportunity. The jackfruit is a fruit that offers a wide range of benefits. It is sweet and delicious to eat, but not many people want to eat it. But it is packed with carbon, but it's packed with complex carbohydrates and nutrients such as fibers, protein, vitamins, and minerals. Yet, jackfruit seeds are often discarded, thrown away as a waste, even though they contain a valuable starch. So the issue is here, how can we turn the jackfruit seed waste into a biodegradable packaging with a better water resistance? With the EcoShield. Next slide, please. So what is the EcoShield? EcoShield is a biodegradable food packaging that made mainly by the jackfruit seed starch with four main ingredients. First off, the jackfruit seed starch as a main content of the biodegradable film. And the next is the glycerol that can help the film to be more flexible. Then the cinnamon essential oil, to improve water resistance, and its content of cinnamaldehyde to provide a natural antimicrobial protection. Last but not least, the twin eddy. The twin eddy, being as an emulsifier, to spread evenly through the mixture and keep the mixture stable. By combining these ingredients, the EcoShield offers three main benefits, whereas biodegradability, better water resistance, active natural protection for food packaging. Now, let us see how we turn these materials into our film. Next slide, please. Our EcoShield process has four main steps: extract, blend, test and dry, and biodegrade. First, we extract the starch from jackfruit seeds. Next slide, please, which becomes the main material for our film. Next, we mix it with glycerol, cinnamon essential oil, and 2-in-8. Then, the mixture is placed into a mold and dried to form the film. So, we turn jackfruit seed waste into a useful and biodegradable material. Next slide, please. EcoShield is not only about creating a new material, but also creating a positive impact on the environment. Whereas EcoShield aims to reduce reliance on petroleum-based plastics with a biodegradable packaging alternative, and then we utilize discarded jackfruit seed waste as a source of starch to give agricultural waste to a new purpose for the environment, and also sustain by turning the agricultural waste into useful product. The EcoShield supports a circular economy that optimizes resource use and minimizes the overall waste. So it can be simplified that waste can become a resource, and that resource can become a useful product. Next slide, please. Impelled by our school's vision and mission, everyone can become a leader and initiating independent research projects and addressing local environmental pollution. EcoShield can also create social benefits, whereas increase the value of agricultural waste by turning the discarded jackfruit seeds into useful materials, able to encourage people to consider more environmentally friendly packaging, and has the potential to support more sustainable food packaging applications. Driven by curiosity as learners, we explore concepts beyond the standard curriculum to foster critical thinking. To conclude, next slide please. To conclude, plastic pollution is a major environmental problem, and we need more sustainable alternatives. At the same time, jackfruit seeds are often thrown away, even though they contain useful starch. And EcoShield brings these problems together by combining jackfruit seed starch, glycerol, 2-in-8, and cinnamon essential oil. We develop a biodegradable packaging film designed to improve its water resistance and natural protection. We believe that solving a global problem can start with a local idea, and our idea starts with jackfruit seed. Thank you. Next slide, please. Thank you for your attention. We hope EcoShield can inspire us. Next slide, please. We hope EcoShield can inspire us to see waste not as something to throw away, but as something that still has value. Because what we also as waste can become a shield for our future. Thank you.
And that's time. Thank you for your presentation. We will now move on to the 5-minute Q&A session. Judges, you may begin your questions. Miss Alicia, you can start with your questions.
How sustainable is this material, and how realistic is it for everyday use and wear and tear?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Essentially, what I'm trying to ask is how durable is this material, and how much of daily use can it withstand if you're planning to use it as an alternative for plastic?
How durable is this material? Well, this material durable because of the limitless of our time, We have not tested it. We have not tested. We have not tested it the durable yet, but as we search, the previous study says that it's 100% biodegradable and it can be durable around 2 weeks. And the daily use, it how much daily use we can spend? Um, uh, well, we haven't tested for the daily use yet, but as far as we look from our prototype, it can be used for daily use, but we are not yet to test it
We have
because
not done to test it yet, so we cannot make sure if it's good for daily use. It's good for the alternative of plastic.
If I can add on an additional question, what are you planning to make with this material? What are you planning to replace with this material?
So sorry, but here we cannot hear you clearly. Do you mind if you can type it on chat box, please? Oh, so what we're planning to make with this material is to make a new food package and
be more biodegradable, because rather than the conventional plastic, the biodegradable plastic can be more safe for the environment and of course for the ecosystem.
we are planning to honestly, we are not planning to replace it by another material because we know that it's not for commercial use, but we're still thinking about to replace it with conventional plastic.
To the other judges, do you have any other questions for the participants?
I have one question from me. Hi, SMA Negeri 10 Samarinda. Thank you very much, David and Valeria. It's a very good presentation and it's quite innovative actually. So if I may, my question is just very simple. Have you tried of doing so with using that jackfruit? Have you applied it? I mean, have you processed it?
Yeah, we have applied with food, especially for dry food, because if it's for wet food, we haven't tried it yet because it's not hydrophobic.
Yeah, it is hydrophobic, so it means that it's like water resistant. So we're not yet to test about
with the wet
wet
food,
food.
but we think it's good for dry food and low moisture food, like as
bread,
cookies,
cookies, or
okay.
crackers or something.
All right, thank you very much. That's very innovative. I think you can go, I mean, this idea can go further after this. Perhaps maybe you can add another something agent to make it more stronger. I mean, biodegradable. We want it to be biodegradable, but we want it be biodegradable, but with high durability. So it's a good idea, by the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Haikal, do you have any questions for our participants? Okay, and that concludes the Q&A session. Thank you, Group 1 and our judges. Moving on to our second shortlisted group, we have SMK Datuk Pengawa Barat presenting H2 Air project. You will have 7 minutes to showcase your project, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A. Participants, could you just give us a simple hi to test your audio?
Okay. Wait. So sorry. Okay. First, hi and good morning. Good afternoon.
Sorry, just give us a minute. Judges, can I confirm if the presenters are coming through clearly?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
group two, whenever you're ready, you may begin. Best of luck.
Can we start?
Yes.
Hi and good afternoon. Today we're going to present about our project H2M. For the environmental issue, we choose water scarcity and clean water. First, H2R is a project that combine multiple water collection methods. This project aims to offer a straightforward, practical, and eco-friendly.
Sorry. We have a new slide. We have need old slide.
This is our old slide.
Yes.
Do you mind resending your slides to the
I have
group?
edit at the same link.
Can you resend it, please?
Sorry. Wait.
Sorry, say it.
Okay, SMK Datuk Pengawu Barat, we will move on to the next group and we'll get back to you, okay?
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry for the problem.
No, it's okay. Okay, now we turn our attention to SMKP Sri Aman, who will be presenting their project, Phoenix Recycler Pellets. You have 7 minutes for your presentation, followed by a quick 5-minute Q&A session. Participants, could you just give us a simple hi to test your audio? Okay, we now turn our attention to SMKP Sri Aman, who will be presenting their project, Phoenix Recycler Pellets. You have 7 minutes for your presentation, followed by a 5-minute Q&A session. Participants, could you just give us a simple hi to test your audio? Okay, my apologies. SMKP Sri Aman is experiencing some technical difficulties. Now we have our fourth shortlisted group, SMK Sultan Abdul Samad, presenting Eco Vengers Loop Sustainable Clothing Vending Machine. Participants, could you give us a simple hi to test your audio?
Hi.
Could you turn on your cameras, please? Judges, can I confirm if the presenters are coming through clearly?
Yep.
Group 4, whenever you're ready, you may take the screen. All the best.
Good afternoon to the dear judges. I'm Tulasi and Kavisha from SMK Sultan Abdul Samad. And today we're going to present about fast fashion and textile waste. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. So as we know, we love to like buy a lot of cute clothes when we see across a TikTok or Insta, but then we only wear it for a short period of time, maybe like twice or thrice, and eventually we throw it away, and it creates a massive piles of trash, and that's the reality of fast fashion. As much as it can be beneficial, but it's only for a short period of time. So statistically, it's proven that every year that the fashion industry, okay, sorry, the fashion industry dumps about 90 million of textile waste into our landfills. So, synthetic such as polyester, which is not biodegradable at all, or at least it takes a while for it to biodegrade, it will release harmful microplastic into our soil and water. And in the process of making these clothes, it also like drains liters of. I'm so sorry for one. Research.
Can you
Okay.
hear us?
Can you hear us? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. So in the process of making those clothes, it drains a lot of liters of waters and it drives at least approximately to 10% of global emissions. And this environmental crisis should be prevented right away before it creates a major problem to our earth. Yeah, continue.
Okay, so the problem statement. Nowadays, people often buy new clothes frequently and throw away clothes that they no longer want, even when those clothes are still usable. So this creates a large amount of textile waste and contributes to environmental problems. So therefore, we wanted to create a solution that encourages people to reuse, exchange, and donate their clothes instead of throwing them away.
Okay, so the innovation that we came up is called as Eco Ventures Loop Sustainable Floating Vending Machine, as it stated there. It's basically a vending machine, an automated machine that plays where people hang out, like shopping malls and universities. And it is known for its interactive high-tech technology. Okay, so basically, instead of you just throwing out your clothes that you wore it like twice or thrice, you can donate it or thrift it or even exchange it. So for thrift, the pre-loved item will be sold to the half price. So for instance, if you bought it for 10 ringgit, you'll get 5 ringgit from it as you already used it. And while for exchange, you'll get an instant reward for it after an AI camera inspect it to fulfill the criteria as it was given in our proposal. Lastly, donating. It's basically for you to donate stuff without like expecting to exchange something. So you gain eco points through that also for your future purchases.
Yeah, and we would love to show you guys our prototype.
Right.
So this is our prototype right here. Okay, so let me explain about it. First, the user selects an option on the screen, which is right here, whether they want to donate, exchange, or thrift clothing. If they're donating clothes, they place their clothing into the space provided, which is right here. And then the machine then checks and sorts the item according to its condition and purpose. Before the clothing is stored, the machine will automatically freshen it by a light spray of fabric refreshener. So like we prioritize hygiene here. Not only that, the accepted clothing is then stored into the appropriate compartment. So yeah. For users who want to exchange or thrift clothing, they can browse the available items through the screen
screen, and then make a selection and collect the chosen item from the dispensing area. Not only that, our machine also provides reusable bags. So people who purchase from our machine, they'll get some reusable bags from the drawer right here.
So the advantage of it, right, instead of you like throwing those clothes away when it could be used, and that creates a mountain of fabric out of landfills, you can actually prevent the pollution by donating it, by doing something good for the community and turning sustainable living into something joyful where like all type of humans can contribute to donate, thrift, and exchange. It starts from a simple progress to lead to a bigger progress.
Okay, to conclude, Eco Rangers Loop offers a simple way to encourage donation, exchange, and thrifting to extend clothing lives. Although our current model is just a prototype, we do believe that our Eco Rangers has the potential to be developed into a particular system in the future. Our goal is to make people more responsive, to make more responsible choices and contribute towards a sustainable environment. Yes, thank you.
That's it from us. Thank you.
Group 4, would you like us to present the video of your Eco Vengers vending machine?
Yes, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. We will now move on to the 5-minute Q&A session. Judges, you may begin.
If I may, I start first. Is that okay with the other two judges? Right. Hi, Kavisha and Tulashi. Thank you very much for your presentation. That's a very good and very innovative. Um, if I may, the vending machine is the one that we need to contribute. I mean, like, I can put all things of my clothes inside the vending machine. And what did I get from that if I put my clothes in that?
There's actually 3 options: donate, exchange, and thrift. So it's depending what you want to do. If you want to donate, you donate and you'll get eco points. And the eco points, you will get discount when the next time you want to come and buy. Like let's say you get 100 eco points, you'll get like 10% off.
Oh, it's like collecting a points.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe yeah.
While for exchange and thrift, you put exchange, you put your clothes and you can select other options from the screen. For thrifting, you just select from the screen, like whatever other options you want. There's a size guide, so like you put in your size and we'll give you available options for your size.
Oh, that is for the exchange.
Exchange and
Exchange
thrift.
and thrift.
Okay, all right. Good idea, by the way. Perhaps I just want to inject a little bit of some idea. I think your idea can be improvised. Your vending machine, perhaps you can add a little bit of features like it can evaluate the because you're talking about the sustainable fashion. So perhaps your vending machine can detect the material of the clothes, how many percent that it contribute to the environment, or I don't know, perhaps some of that features for your vending machine. So that could make it more added value for your vending machine. I think that will be a sellable for you to become an entrepreneur for the vending machine. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are there any questions from Miss Alicia or Dr. Haikal?
Okay, maybe one question. How do you see this project, especially in terms of the challenge that's going to face to make sure that it's going to be more sustainable? more sustained because I believe this is going to be up for maybe public area, right? So of course you should expect some challenges, maybe in terms of vandalism, for example.
I'm so sorry, but can you please repeat your question again?
We did not get it.
Oh, you can hear? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you see how do you expect the main challenge is going to face? For example, for let's say you install this in the public area for maybe 5 years or maybe 10 years, then how is going to mitigate it to make sure it's going to be more sustained?
I feel like as the time progress, eventually there'll be a lot of technology that will be added to it that can make it the vending machine more easy accessible for everyone.
Yeah, and like I feel like this is also a good way because like you're not only donating clothes, you're also exchanging.
That's like a
and
3-in-1
so
system
like
again.
it's a 3-in-1. So like it's not only about donating and all. So people would like I feel like if personally I would like to do it if there's an actual machine like this.
Yeah.
So maybe in terms of maybe it's going to be possible, or maybe it's going to be potentially be the dumping area. If, let's say in terms of do you expect this kind of thing to happen? Maybe people can regard that as the dumping area to place to maybe to dump their clothes instead of because in terms of collection, maybe in terms of make sure that the machine can operate very smoothly in terms of any technical glitch that can happen.
Um, basically you're trying to say that what if the vending machine gets overload of clothing?
Yeah.
Then since we have many when we are planning to like do like this vending machine everywhere.
In
so
community
like,
area
yeah,
especially.
communities like university, shopping malls and all. So if like let's say one vending machine at like this specific place is like
Overloaded.
yeah, we will like change it to a different vending machine which has like more storage
Yeah.
compartment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for me. All the best.
Thank you.
Miss Alicia, do you have any additional questions?
Hi, I'll type in the chat because I think that my audio is a bit terrible.
Okay.
So sorry to interrupt. Miss Alicia, your audio is actually really clear and we're all able to hear it.
Oh, okay, great. So once the clothes are collected, are they able to be sold immediately?
Yeah, because like our machine has like this AI scanner, so it scans the clothes and like it will be
If it fulfills the criteria, it will
yeah,
keep
we
it
have
oral.
like criteria for it.
Yeah. Like on a hygienic.
My question is more so catered towards what about the hygiene of the clothes, because the AI scanner cannot really tell if the clothes are particularly clean, and also towards that certain clothes may carry bugs or insects or bed bugs that if stored in a closed container will affect other clothes in there as well.
We do have like a fabric refreshing
Freshener.
spray like in the machine. So like yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. The customers can put their.
Okay, thank you.
That brings us to the end of the Q&A session. Thank you to Group 4 and our judges. Now, we'll proceed with SMK Datuk Pengawal Barat as we have your slides ready. SMK Datuk Pengawal Barat, are you ready to present?
Yeah.
Judges, can I confirm if the presenters are coming through clearly?
Yes.
Group 2, whenever you're ready, you may begin. Best of luck.
Can we start?
Yes.
Hi and very good afternoon. First, thank you for the MC and the judger. Today, we will going to present about our project is H2M. Let's delve into the vision behind H2M, a groundbreaking innovation designed to tackle water scarcity by harnessing moisture from the air and rainwater. First, consider how H2Air uses a combination of nylon mesh, hydrogel, and water filtration technology. This innovative blend is crucial for gathering and filtering water, ensuring it is clean and ready for use. Next, the project is not just technological advance but also eco-friendly. By providing an alternative water source, it addresses environmentally concerns while offering a straightforward and practical solution to water shortage. Next, as we move on forward, we explore the broader issue of global water scarcity and the pressing need for solutions like H2M.
Moving to the next page.
Sorry.
Moving to the next page, please. Next. Okay. Today, we'll focus on critical issue, global water scarcity. Currently, around 4 billion people face severe water scarcity at least 1 moment every year. This lack of access to clean and reliable water has widespread implication. It affects health, food production, education, and economic development, particularly in drought-prone of rural communities. Moreover, despite receiving rainfall, many communities continue to experience water shortage during dry season. This is largely due to inadequate storage system and poor water management infrastructure, means a significant amount of rainwater is lost. As a result, the pressure on existing freshwater source increase, aggravating and the scarcity issue.
Okay.
Move forward.
As we delve into the current status quo of water collection methods, let's highlight the primary techniques communities are relying on today. First, we have groundwater extraction, which includes the use of pump dams and reservoirs. While these methods have historically provided reliable water access, they come with significant drawbacks. And next, they are not only costly in terms of construction and maintenance, but they also heavily depends on the availabilities of existing water source. These depends make them particularly vulnerable during prolonged drought and as climate change impact our environment. Next, we consider rainwater harvesting system. This system utilizes collection tanks to store rainwater for future use. While they are beneficial under the right conditions, there are inherent limitations. Their effective is restricts dry periods due their reliance solely on rainfall. Moreover, issues such as limited store and suboptimal filtration can compromise after quality and overall effectiveness.
Okay, for introducing H2A, an eco-friendly approach that utilizes hydrogel, nylon mesh, and a basic filtration system together and purify water. The beauty of H2A lies in the simplicity and sustainability. By capturing both of atmospheric moisture and rainwater, it offers an alternative source of water. This is especially crucial in areas facing severe water scarcity. The system not only provides a viable solution but also encourage sustainable water management practice. As we continue to refine this technology, H2Air stands poised to become an even more efficient and practical water collection method. Next. Move to the next page.
Okay, for the process, first the humid air and rainfall water will enter the system. After that, the humid air and rainwater absorbed via hydrogel, capture moisture. After that, the water will be dripped After after the drip, the water will go into the filtration system. After the filtration system, the water will enter the storage tank. And lastly, we will release a clean water.
Okay, for the implementation, we place the nylon mesh as the container as a support for the hydrogel, and then we put the hydrogel because hydrogels it can absorb the humid air and the rainwater. And then we install the water filter below the hydrogel because we can filter the humid air and the rainwater. After that, we provide outlet tube to take clean water after we filter, and we keep up the waters and keep up the upper section open to allow to humid air and the rainwater. And lastly, we collect the filtered water in the storage tank.
Okay, for our conclusion, water scarcity is global problem caused by climate change, populations growth, and overuse of water. Sustainable solutions such as atmospheric water harvesting can collect water from the air, helping provide alternative freshwater source and secure water for future generation. That's all from us. Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of your presentation. Thank you, Group 2. Judges, we will now proceed with the 5-minute Q&A session. You may begin with your questions.
If I may, I start first. Thank you, Kalisha and Kisina. Thank you for your presentation. That's quite insightful, and it's very good for the water conservation. So I have only one question for you. Where does can it applies? Apply at household or in that clean water, that filtered water. Where can we use it? Like for drinking or irrigation or for what?
Okay.
Thank you.
First of all, we can apply is in the country have the critical issue of water scarcity, and then we can apply at the house, school, yang will have the water scarcity, and then if we have the clean water, we can use for a shower, for cooking, for daily routine for a water.
All right, thank you very much. But I would suggest like usually for filtered water, usually we need to check on the pH value first before we do for cooking and etc. Perhaps you can add some of refinement for your study. It can be used for irrigation, not necessarily for the place that have scarcity with the water, but instead you can make it as part of our life, daily life. You can just install it at our home. So instead of we have to pay for the bill, water bill, so we can have this allocation of water that we collected for our irrigation, for example. So reduce for our water bill, for example. Right? Thank you very much.
Okay, one question. Good job. Do you have plan, for example, because just now you claimed that the water can be used for maybe a certain purpose, right? So maybe do you plan to have some kind of certification from any party? Maybe for example, university or maybe any laboratory testing, so that is going to be more convincing for people to hire up or to hire up or to employ your technology.
Yes, labor testing.
Because we don't have we have a clean water, but we don't confirmation from the professional side, so we to have to laboratory exception lah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Miss Alicia, do you have any questions for our
Yes, I
participants?
do. I understand the concept of H2Air, but I'm failing to see how H2Air is different from other rainwater harvesting systems. Would you be able to point that out for me?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Why is essentially the question I'm asking is why is H2Air different than other rainwater harvesting systems?
Okay. In H2A, we have a hydrogel. Hydrogel, we included PVA, sodium alginate, and calcium chloride to absorb the humid air. And rainwater harvesting is not another water harvesting. Another rainwater harvesting. We have two source. Which is rainwater harvesting and humid air.
You hear us?
All right. Yeah, I think.
Do any of the judges have any additional questions?
Nothing from me.
SMPP Sriaman, are you ready to present? Thank you to the previous participants. Okay. We now turn our attention to SMKP Sri Aman, who will be presenting their project, Phoenix Recycler Pellets. You have 7 minutes for your presentation, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A session. Participants, could you give us a simple hi to test your audio?
Hi.
Judges, can I confirm if the presenters are coming through clearly?
Very clear.
Group 3, the stage is yours. You may begin when you're ready.
Good afternoon to the judges and fellow participants. Let me start with a question. What's the last thing you threw in the bin today? Maybe an eggshell? A banana peel? Some rice you knew deep down you weren't going to finish? Now, what if I told you that waste was the wrong word for it all along? My name is Kevinashini Ramesh, and together with my partner,
Nur Dania binti Ahmad Kamizal.
we're here to present Food Waste to Zero Waste, Phoenix Recycler Pellets, a project that asks one simple question and answers it in a very unsimple way. What if your trash could light your stove right now? Next slide, please. Let's zoom out for a second because this isn't a small problem dressed up to sound big, because it genuinely is a big problem. You see, food related activity is responsible for 8 to 10% of total global greenhouse gas emissions. To put that in perspective, that's nearly 5 times the emission produced by the entire global aviation industry. Somewhere out there, a leftover sushi is outpolluting a 747 Boeing. And here's why that matters now. You see, food waste is actually one of the more tractable environmental problems we have. Unlike, say, reversing ice cap melt, this is something a single household can act on today. That's exactly why the United Nations set SDG target 12.3 to halve per capita food waste by the year 2030. Most countries, though, are currently off track to meet it, which means low cost, local, replicable solutions are a necessity. Next slide, please. So you may ask, Kivi, who's exactly affected by this? Well, firstly, households need a more efficient way to dispose of food waste because leaving it to rot in landfill releases methane, a greenhouse gas that actually traps 80 times more heat than carbon dioxide straight into the atmosphere. Well, it mostly comes down to a few everyday habits. You know, food expiring before we get to it, leftovers forgotten in the freezer, but none of these are exotic problems. They're ordinary, avoidable mistakes. But when they happen at a larger scale, across millions and millions of households every single day, the impact stops being small. Danya, over to you.
Next slide, please. Next slide as well. It's the slide after that. All right, introducing the Phoenix Cycler. The picture on the left shows a picture of Sri Aman's very own biogas digester. Everyone here looking for a bargain would be delighted to know that this picture is an illustration of our Phoenix Cycler set. It's 5 things with one price. What you're seeing is our digester tank, a gas hose, a biogas stove, our recycler pellets, and the little white box is a MQ4 and an ESP32S3 Mini in a plastic container for ventilation. In English, that's a methane gas sensor and a microcontroller. Our pellets are made with waste slurry, which is food waste and cow dung from the digester. Next slide, please. Mixed with cocoa peat, air dried to keep their shape. Dissolve them in warm water and at a ratio of 1 to 5 from pellets to water. Add in as much food waste as your heart desires, and you're done.
The science is there's microbes in our pellets called methanogens that wake up particularly well in the threshold of 25 to 40 degrees Celsius. These guys are going to eat the food waste and release methane, and they're the heart and soul of our project, other than us presenters. Usually, this contributes to global warming, melting more ice caps and making more polar bears homeless. Instead, we take the same heat that's burning the planet and make it burn for your stove.
Next slide, please. Well, that's right, Danielle. Now, let's talk about what this actually changes in the real world. See, environmentally, we're diverting food waste from landfill, where it decomposes anaerobically and releases uncontrolled methane, into a sealed system that captures the same methane as usable cooking fuel. The digestate becomes recycled pellets, and in doing so, this system can modestly displace some household use of LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, charcoal, or firewood, cutting both indoor air pollution and fossil fuel dependency. Socially, though, in Rwanda, households that adopted this biogas system saw energy costs drop by 31 to 32 percentage. Hey, that's real money freed up for food, school fees, or savings. A visible, functioning zero waste system in a household doesn't just help that household, it demonstrates to an entire community that food waste is a resource, not garbage. And this is really the heart of our innovation, recycled pellets. Recycled pellets remove the single biggest psychological barrier to biogas adoption, the belief that I must keep supplying manure forever. Take that barrier away, and suddenly biogas isn't just for farmers with livestock, it's for anyone and everyone, especially urban households who have never had access to manure in the first place.
Next slide, please. Thank you. Now, you may be thinking, Danya, KV, this is cool and all, but isn't it expensive? Or, man, that looks really difficult to make. Well, lucky for you, our digester and pellets don't need a genius to make them or any special materials. It's actually very cost friendly. It only took us 120 ringgit Malaysia, where a commercial biogas digester is, well, over 2,000. A researcher asked this exact question, whether someone could start a digester without cow manure or knowledge on ResearchGate. And although they got their answers, it's not exactly accessible to someone of little knowledge or to anyone on a budget. Although our pellets aren't exactly manure free, it doesn't smell or look like anything disgusting. Next slide, please. And over here, we have a really cool picture by Malaysia's very own Department of Statistics. Mostly, in 2025, Malaysians waste about 31.9 kg of food per year, and that's the minimum. There's a whopping 97.3 kg on the larger scale of wasted food, just rotting around and doing nothing. Imagine, imagine that the energy from 97-ish kilos of food waste being able to charge your smartphone over 2,000 times, and that's not even including food waste from schools or restaurants. Can you imagine just how much power we can make from this?
Next slide, please. Next slide.
Next slide. Yeah.
Okay. No, the one before it. Okay, Danya, that's insane. And lastly, this is us. From collecting food waste and blending it to ease digestion for the microbes, adding that mixture into the resealable drum to produce methane gas, every step you've seen on the slide today, we've physically done with our own hands, including the part where digestate is, to put it gently, not the most fragrant substance in the world. We suffered so your compost doesn't have to.
Next slide. Next slide. In the end, we aim to create a future where food waste is no longer the end of a journey, but the beginning of a new cycle where even a little banana peel can light your home.
And that is all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your project with us, Group 3. We will now open the floor for the 5-minute Q&A session. Judges, please proceed with your questions.
Hello, Tanya and KV. Thank you for your presentation. That's very good. That is very innovative. My question is that do we need to blend our food waste and then we have to pour into it?
Well, it's actually recommended that we blend our food waste before adding it into the digester, but that's only for the first time that you're using the recycler pellets because you want to make sure that the methanogens can actually thrive inside the digester. Other than that, you can also just put your food waste normally, but it'll take a slightly longer time.
So if we just dump into the big
Same thing.
bucket, so how does it work if we did not blend it on our own?
Well, The same thing happens, but at a slower rate because the methanogens have to break down huge chunks of food instead of little things.
Okay, so there's an option lah for
Yep.
both. Either
You
we
just
can
blend
do
it to
both.
make it easier. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the very good innovation. Um, okay, actually, food waste is my field. So I've been doing this a lot of time. So I want to know, based on your research, because of course you have to do due diligence before you come up with this innovation, right? So do you know that how much percentage percentage of potential adoption is going to be, especially in Malaysia, in terms of this biodigester, and how is that so?
I mean,
In terms of the reality, I mean, we're talking about the practical, right? The practicality, and then whether it's going to be potentially be 100%, or maybe how many percentage to be adopted, and how that's work.
well, in my opinion, it's exactly the same as fertilizer. It takes a little bit to get traction because there's already something else on the market, which is LPG gas. But once you get people open to the idea that biogas is actually a sustainable solution and it frees them from having to throw out any food waste or like having to buy more gas, then people will gain to the idea pretty quickly. So if we're talking about potential adoption now, unfortunately it's at a low rate. I think maybe 5%. But once the idea gains traction and becomes, well, to say more trending or more preferable, the sales, if we're talking sales, then it can go up to 70% or 80%, honestly.
Because adding on to Danya's points, right? One of the leading causes of climate change is also food waste. It's about 60%. It contributes to climate change about 60%. So if we commercialize it well, then yes, biogas digester can get so much popular in the near term development.
Okay, I do agree, but do you think that the government is serious in this matter?
Yes, actually, because like I said, the methane gases are actually so much more dangerous than carbon dioxide gases, and it releases so much heat into our environment. And one way to control it, one of the ways to control it, is by using this biogas digester. But like Daniel said, a lot of people don't really know about this yet, and it's still not properly commercialized. A lot of people don't know about this project yet. So by properly commercializing it and making like the other people know about it, the society know about it, then potentially the government could adopt this.
We are
Okay,
hoping the government could adopt this.
yeah, sure. Okay, I do appreciate your effort, and I really hope that you can keep on spreading awareness on this. Good job.
Thank you. We
Thank
would love to
you.
collaborate.
Yeah, sure.
Miss Alicia, do you have any questions for the participants?
Considering the large amount of fuel that households require, do you think that this is a feasible option to switch over, seeing as it takes a lot of time to actually degrade and being able to be used as a proper source of fuel?
Well, biogas digesters are one of those things that start up late, but at the end, they go really, really fast. In my opinion, there's already like some countries using biogas digesters, and our innovation is the pellets, right? So it is very practical, feasible, but in a very large scale. For us, we're using a 220-liter drum, so it doesn't generate that much fuel. But if you got an even bigger drum and replicated it in a much larger scale, then it could easily replace LPG gas. Does that answer?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Judges, do you have any additional questions?
Nothing from me.
Okay, this concludes our Q&A session. Thank you to Group 3 and our panel of judges.
Thank you.
Let's continue with our fifth shortlisted group, Chung Hua Middle School, who will be presenting CIREX. We'll have 7 minutes to present, followed by a 5-minute Q&A session with our judges. Participants, could you please give us a simple hi to test your audio?
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello.
Judges, can I just confirm if the presenters are
Yes.
coming through clearly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Group 5, the floor is yours. We wish you all the best.
All right. Good afternoon to respected judges, teachers, and everyone here today. Imagine a world where the phone that you're holding in your hand or the laptop on your desk doesn't have to become waste the moment it stops working. Instead, we could intelligently decide whether it should be repaired, used, have their components recovered, or finally reset. That is the idea behind our innovation. We are Urjuman Fatima and Nicole from Tikal Middle School, Brunei, and today we're proud to introduce our innovation, Syrex, the Circular Repair, Recovery, and Electronics Exchange. Next slide.
Next slide, please. Thank you. Nowadays, electronic waste is becoming a huge global problem. In 2022, approximately 62 million tons of e-waste were generated worldwide and globally. Around 7.8 kilograms of e-waste was generated per person, but only 22.3% was formally collected and recycled. A huge amount of electronic waste is not being properly managed, and global e-waste is projected to reach 82 million tons by 2030. So, what happens to all those electronics that aren't properly recycled? Next slide. In many places, electronics are processed through informal
Previous slide, please, sorry.
many places, electronics are processed through informal recycling. Devices can be manually dismantled or processed using unsafe methods, which can release hazardous substances into the environment. This isn't only an environmental problem, but a human problem too. Children and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable to the effect of hazardous e-waste. Unsafe informal recycling can also create dangerous working conditions and in some regions may involve child labor. So our challenge wasn't simply, how can we recycle more electronics? Our challenge was, how can we make better decisions about electronics before they become waste? And that's where Syrex comes in. Next slide, please. Syrex works for 4 major stages. First, it identifies the device. Second, it looks inside the device using 3D X-ray inspection. Third, artificial intelligence analyzes the information and decides what should happen to the device. And finally, the device can be directed towards repair, disassembly, material recovery, or recycling. Next slide, please.
All right, now let us start with the first stage. So when an electronic device enters the system, an integrated camera captures an image of it. The system then analyzes the image and classifies the device based on its size by using convolutional neural network. The classification then determines the appropriate processing route. So rather than using a one-size-fits-all approach, Syrex begins by understanding the individual device. Next slide, please. All right, now, but there's a problem with only looking at the outside. A device can look perfectly fine externally while having serious internal damage. That's why Syrex uses AI-assisted 3D X-ray scanning that can detect problems that a normal visual inspection might miss. And most importantly, this information helps the system decide whether the device has enough potential to be repaired or whether it should move towards recycling and material recovery. Next slide, please. All right. Now, this is one of the most important parts of Syrex decision making. Syrex doesn't simply ask, can this device be repaired? It considers several factors. It can predict product value and connect different product information, which helps to compare the potential recovery value against the cost of processing. Next slide, please. Next. Next slide, please. Okay. Once Syrex has made its decision, the device can you go previous slide? Okay. Once Syrex has made its decision, the device moves to the appropriate assembly process. For disassembly, the proposed system uses robotic arm, Intel RealSense vision, and a custom mechatronic screwdriver to separate components in a controlled way. For devices that can be repaired, Syrex includes a robotic repair station For material recovery, the system proposes bioleaching, and for materials that cannot be recovered, semen stabilization can immobilize heavy metals. But SIREX goes one step further. It considers repairability index. By using ResNet 50 model, it can access factors such as component accessibility, fastener types, and design complexity.
Next slide, please.
Next slide again. Thank you. So, why do we believe SAEYLS can make a difference? First, it can help reduce landfill and pollution by prioritizing repair, reuse, and recovery before disposal. Second, it can conserve resources by recovering valuable materials and extending the useful lifespan of electronics. Third, it is designed to be scalable and to wider use. And most importantly, SIREX is unique because it brings all these processes together into one intelligent system by determining the most suitable pathway based on its condition and value. Next slide, please. In conclusion, SIREX combines artificial intelligence with diagnostic technology, robotics, and material recovery to create a more circular approach to electronics, which in turn supports a more sustainable future for electronics worldwide.
All right, can we request you to start our 3D model? Simulation. The simulation prototype. The full screen is not yet displayed. No, actually, this is not the prototype.
Just give us a moment. We're currently experiencing some technical difficulties.
All right.
Okay.
While we sort out this difficulty, other participants, how is everyone feeling so far? You can either react or type it in the chat. Okay, back to their presentation.
All right. Can you please slide down? So yeah, and then click on process next item. The process next item. All right, so here as you can see, it decides whether it's large or small, then it undergoes 3D scanning, and then we have a decision module that decides whether it should be repaired or recycled. So this is recycling route. Firstly, the devices are disassembled, and after being disassembled, they undergo component separation. For example, important metals are recovered and toxic substances are detoxified. And at the end, it goes to its proper disposal zones.
You can continue for more items as well, for more electronic waste items by clicking on process next item.
Group 5, do you mind wrapping it up, please? We're over time.
All right. All right, that's all.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Group 5, for your presentation. Judges, we will now begin the 5-minute Q&A session. You may proceed with your questions.
All right. Thank you, Chonghua, Mikul, and Fatima. Very good presentation and very innovative. My question is that how does the repair, how do you control on the repairing the items for your device, the one that you invent?
All right, so for repair, we have a robotic controlled repair station, and it uses robotics to basically repair the devices. Yeah.
Have you tested this device yet? Has this robot yet?
No, it has not been tested.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, my question. For per cycle, is that a conveyor? The
Sorry?
thing that move, is that a conveyor platform? Is it a conveyor belt? How does it move?
Oh, yes,
The
yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Okay, okay. So basically for one cycle, only one thing, one item.
yeah,
How
for
long
now.
How long is gonna take?
Initially, because it's just a prototype, it can take some time, but once we further develop it, we can process multiple items at the same time. As it was mentioned that Xerox is scalable as well. So yeah, we can improve.
So I mean to say that, correct me if I'm wrong, because mean to say, for example, one item go through the system and then basically it's gonna detox or maybe remove everything that is not everything from the item, right?
Yes,
So it means that it is safer to dispose. Is
yeah,
that so?
yeah,
But
yeah.
Yes.
instead that from the system and after the system, it's still the same thing, same item.
Yes,
They're coming cleaner.
yes.
Okay. So mean to say that in terms of waste reduction to landfill, does it solve the problem?
But we also have to consider the fact that devices are being repaired. So
Oh,
yeah, the devices can be repaired instead of throwing away, because nowadays there's a big culture you just throw away the devices instead of ever looking at the potential that they can repair. So it does reduce.
okay, all right. Okay. For the best.
Miss Alicia, do you have any questions?
Concerns that with the launch and implementation of this product and the AI integration, that it would be replacing jobs from humans or jobs from specialists or jobs from people who have built their careers around repairing these devices.
Yes, thank you for the question. Yeah, it can help. I mean, it will actually cause some people to lose their jobs, but then we also have to consider that because they're dealing with toxic substances and it can be a damage to their health. So protecting the workers itself is more important than employing them, because the toxic waste is really harmful to the health as well.
Thank you.
Do any of the judges have any additional questions?
No.
And that concludes the Q&A. Thank you, Group 5 and our esteemed judges. Now we are ready for our 6th shortlisted group, SMK Putrajaya Precinct 8-1, presenting Pyro 2 Firework. Participants, could you give us a simple hi to test your audio?
Hi, are we audible?
Judges, can I confirm if the presenters are coming through clearly?
Very clear.
Yes.
All right,
Group 6, whenever you're ready, please begin. We wish you the best of luck.
thank you. What if the walls around our cities could do more than just stand? What if they could actually breathe, filter, and fight the pollution surrounding us?
In a world where air pollution continues to threaten our environment and our well-being, we need practical solutions that can work with nature, not against it.
So today, we from SMK Putrajaya Precinct 81, Putrajaya, Malaysia, we present to you Pyro Firewall, transforming ordinary urban walls into living barriers against air pollution. Well, my name is Shantosh.
My name is Ekant.
And so today we will be our presenters. Can we have the slide? This is our proposal paper. We need the slide.
So sorry, but we didn't receive any slides.
Is it fine if I send it to you in the group right now?
Yes, please.
All right. So sorry. All right. I've sent it to the group.
Group 6, we will restart your timer so you can restart your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Can we start? Are we audible?
Yes, you may begin.
All right. Thank you. Well, what if the walls around our cities could do more than just stand? What if they could actually breathe, filter, and fight the air pollution surrounding us?
In a world where air pollution continues to threaten our environment and our well-being, we need solutions that work with nature, not against it.
Today, we from SMK Putrajaya Precinct 81 present to you Pyro Firewall, transforming ordinary urban walls into living barriers against air pollution. My name is Shantosh.
My name is Ekant.
And so today we will be your presenters. Well, next slide. Thank you. All right. So how does the how does our why do our product have to be a necessity in today's society? Well, number one, the core problem that we have to know is that the health and environment and what is actually happening currently. Well, judges and people, well, actually, our health and environment are actually compromised, and it is also compromises air quality and also risk human health and damages ecosystems. Well, currently, the consequences look like and are escalating and becoming more severe over time. And what are the actually primary causes and sources of the air pollution itself is that transportation, it looks like vehicle emissions, where vehicle emissions are carbon emissions, where vehicles actually produce or emit those carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide towards the environment. And there are also certain effects coming from the industrial sector also. Well, it looks like nitrogen oxide and sulfur oxide being produced out of those industries and are actually gathered up in the clouds or the surroundings of our environment. And also human actions. It looks like open burning and sustainable everyday practices. Well, what are the actual existing challenges today is that the social resistance of the society, where there is a particular stigmatization and the reluctance of the society to actually adopt the technological changes. And there are also certain initiatives that are being done, but those solutions might not be that effective towards actually tackling the air pollution itself. And today, the proposed solution that we are actually going to propose for today is that two things. Number one is practicality, where we actually want to implement the actionable and effective measures rather than actually just focusing on the tech side. And also, we will actually want to focus on the sustainability of our product, of how we'll actually look like in the long run and actually provide to you better circumstances. Well, in the long term, we'll actually ensure a cleaner and healthier environment. Next slide. Well, I've told you about the causes and the sources and also the core challenges which are happening today. But what are the actual health and environmental impacts that we actually have to look upon to is that the short-term effects, which looks like the reduced visibility, discomfort, and daily disruption. These core effects are being are gone through by humans and every single day. And there are also human health effects where statistics like 8.1 million global annual deaths happen, where the major risk factor is for stroke, heart disease, and COPD. And also the ecosystems and the food security, right? The ozone actually damage causes 6.4% to 14.9% global wheat yield loss, where we actually lose food. And also our goal for today is to actually number one, cut costs, where actually we mitigate the cost to actually provide a better intervention to how it actually prevents exponentially, and also how we actually provide a long-term effect. Next slide.
So why do we call it pyro? Firstly, pyro means fire. The O2 in the word pyro is purely stylized, so it's only pronounced pyro, not pyro2. And the O2 signifies oxygen, which is used in our innovation to purify the air. So we call it a pyro firewall because it's a literal wall of fire, because we use fire moss. Why fire moss? It's because fire moss is extremely resilient. It can thrive in highly toxic, heat-heavy, and drought-prone urban environments. And it's really good at filtering particulate matter 2.5, particulate matter 10, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, and volatile organic compounds. Also, fire moss's scientific name is Ceratodon pureus. So where will we put these pyro firewalls? We'll place it by highways, in tunnels, in bus stops, train stations, and logistic warehouses. We chose these specific locations because there is a high amount of exhaust, I mean, bad gases released from vehicle exhausts, emitted from vehicle exhaust there. So the core features of pyro firewall is, firstly, it's low maintenance. It's rot resistant, that we used rot resistant synthetic felt, wind anchoring mesh, and solar powered rainwater misting. Secondly, it's eco safe. There may be a concern of surrounding buildings gathering moss because of spores released by the fire moss, but we have found a solution by using single sex vegetative cloning, where we use only male or only female types of moss because they only reproduce if both sexes are present. Thirdly, for aesthetics, fire moss has a unique red and green hue or shade, which will not only make the place, which will make the not we're not only wanting it to work, but also for it to aesthetically look good. Next slide, please. Here's an image showcasing an example of the pyro firewall. Here you can see that there are moss, and on top is a roof because the moss needs to constantly be shaded. Also, the roof will function in will have secondary function in bus stops and train stations by shading the people waiting there. There's a solar panel on top to power pumps which will spray mist onto the firewall. The roof also functions to hold rainwater. So we'll use rainwater to spray the moss. Next slide, please. So how does it work is moss has a naturally positive charge which will pull the negatively charged pollutants in the air. And if there's a concern, if it sticks, a damp layer on the moss will dissolve the pollutants, which will be converted into nutrients for the moss. Next slide, please. And the impacts of it is it helps lower direct exposure to pollutants for pedestrians and commuters. And we will place this on already existing walls. That's it from us. Thank you.
Next slide, please. The conclusion is that the firewall actually two questions is that the why actually we actually use moss instead of the traditional RM trees is because moss are actually more easily affordable, more easily accessible, and they actually provide much better results. Yeah, that is all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's time. Thank you, Group 6, for your presentation. We will now open the floor to our judges for the 5-minute Q&A session.
Hi, Shantosh and Ikan, thank you very much for your presentation. My question is that what happen if there is I mean, like where does the rainwater comes from? And if there's no rain, what happened?
Well, since on the model itself that we have shown earlier, there's a canopy where it actually gathers the rainwater, and that is how the rainwater harvesting happens. And there are certain compartments inside, so that's where the water will actually flow through towards the whole mosque area. So that is how we actually harvest the rainwater, and at the same time, the mosque can grow.
Okay, as for your question, if what happens if there's no rainwater, moss can actually live without water for not just like days or weeks, but in fact years. Because when there's a lack of water, the cells in moss will become it won't die. It will become dormant. They become dormant and they won't die. And upon being sprayed with water, they will just like come back to life again. So they still serve the same function. It's just that it's a bit less.
The mosques have high resistance and high tolerance towards the heat as well.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. But I'm just concerned because we're having like El Nino. Our humidity is much more, much more heaty than the usual. So it's a good idea. Yeah, but might can add some refinement on the storage of the water. If let's say there's a drought happening, at least it can store the water, even though the moss can live months and months. Yeah. Thank
Just
you.
to, just to be clear and repeat, we chose fire moss because it is highly resilient in really hot and dry areas.
And
I
when
see.
water is actually dropped on it, it actually stores water inside as well.
Yeah.
That is
Thank
what
you
makes
very
it
much.
longer lasting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you correct me if I'm wrong? The firewall is the green wall. What is meant by fire? Is it can
Because
mitigate from fire?
no, we called it fire because we're using fire moss. So fire moss
Oh, fire
usually it
moss.
has like a
Okay.
red and green color, so it looks nice and it serves
Oh.
a good purpose. It's two in one.
The scientific name for it is Ceratodon purpureus, so which is commonly known as fire moss cells.
Yeah.
Oh, so it basically doesn't help. It doesn't stop you from fire, right?
No, it has nothing to do with
No
fire.
worries
It's
about
purely
that.
the
Okay.
name.
Okay, so maybe in terms of the because you mentioned just now that the moss is easy to grow and to maintain, right? But if let's say it's too overpopulated, then what's going to happen?
If it's too overpopulated, we'll be having certain checkups. That is why before we actually implement the whole project itself, we'll be trying to do a pilot project, or let's call it as trial and error, where then only we can actually know what are the results that are actually going to be coming out of the project itself. So that is when we will actually know if the project is actually truly effective. Then only we can actually continue it in other areas as well. And if it's too overpopulated, we can actually cut down some parts as well and actually put it on another place, or because it's easily attachable towards the wall itself.
Okay, personally, frankly speaking, do you believe that is this moss or maybe the firewall is a better alternative rather than painting the wall?
Right. Rather than painting the wall, why we actually want to make it a green wall rather than painting it as well is because when we actually why not we actually opt into a better alternative where even a wall can actually give us benefits. Why not we opt into that, right? So technically, if we actually have those walls in even in school areas in front of the schools where there's a lot of traffic congestion, where it can produce a lot of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and even at the roads or whatsoever, when we have those kind of signposting for those particular walls, that's when the people can actually feel, oh, these walls can actually benefit towards the society. And that is when it also benefits, since it already changes and reduces the risk of air pollution by absorbing the carbon monoxide cells.
We're not going to build new walls. We're going to place the moss on already existing structures nearby the places that we stated earlier. And it's not purely aesthetic. There's also earlier, there's a lot of benefits from the moss.
Okay, just in case, what happen if let's say the moss is going to attract more animals, for example, snakes? How do you plan to mitigate it?
All right, since the serotonin purpureus or the fire moss itself, since it has a high heat capacity, it will actually be very heaty to even touch it. So the animals or insects, they can't actually touch it or even be at that place since it's going to be very steep. And the platform itself, it will be actually very hot since they actually absorb the heat.
Right, good one. All the best.
Thank
I hope
you.
you like to implement it further.
Miss Alicia, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Are there any concerns about if this fire moss is invasive to the local or native areas?
No, they aren't invasive.
Since it's only it's prior to only a wall, since we are only using one sex of like the organic of the moss itself, it won't actually invade to other buildings or whatsoever. Since the the production of like other species of like the more species will only happen when both or like two genders are the same time. So since there's only one gender, since we've already specified that has to be a male, or particularly a male, or another one a female, particularly a female. So that's when we actually avoid the invasive like parts of the project.
Okay, and just to confirm, how do you plan on only having one gender of this plant on that area?
Through vegetative cloning. We will clone the same gender of the cell and place it in that on the wall.
So that's when we actually have accessible to actually more higher rates of having those plant itself, those moss itself.
Some variants of mosses, there have been cases reported of these mosses reproducing asexually. Do you think this would be an issue that you can foresee?
We've done our research. Fire moss is one of the few species that produces sexually, not asexually.
Yeah. That is why we chose fire moss in the first place.
We expected concerns like that, so we researched.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do any of the judges have any additional questions? Okay, and that marks the end of the Q&A session. Thank you, Group 6 and our judges.
Thank you.
We are approaching the final presentations of the competition. Let's welcome our 7th shortlisted group, SMK Saujana Impian, presenting EcoBin Plus. You'll have 7 minutes for your presentation, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A. Participants, could you give us a simple hi to test your audio?
Hi.
Judges, can I confirm if the presenters are coming through clearly?
Confirm.
Group 7, the stage is yours. You may begin whenever you're ready.
Good evening and greetings to the judges and participants. We are from SMK Sarjana Impian, and today we are very excited to present our innovation, our EcoBin Plus Smart Compost Bin. Before we introduce our solution, let us look back at the environmental problems that inspired our product. Food waste is one of the major environmental problems in our daily lives. A large amount of food waste is simply thrown away with other types of rubbish. When food waste is sent to landfills, it can contribute to environmental pollution and production of greenhouse gases. This problem is especially relevant in places such as schools, where food waste can be produced every day from canteens and students' meals. So we ask ourselves, what if we could turn food waste from a problem into a useful resource? That question led us to develop EcoBin Plus. Okay, now let us talk about the main problem we identified. Food waste is often thrown away together with other types of rubbish without being properly separated or treated. This makes it more difficult to manage food waste in sustainable way. One possible solution is composting. However, traditional composting can be inconvenienced because the condition of the compost needs to be checked regularly. For example, compost needs the right balance of moisture and temperature to support the decomposition process. If these conditions are not properly maintained, the composting process may not work effectively. Therefore, we need a solution that can make food waste management and composting easier, more organized, and convenient, especially in schools. Our proposed solution is EcoBin, sorry, EcoBin Plus Smart Compost Bin. So sorry. EcoBin Plus is designed to help users manage food waste while also supporting the composting process. Unlike an ordinary waste bin, EcoBin Plus combines a food waste compartment with a smart monitoring system. The design includes a display that provides information such as the temperature, moisture level, and the compost level. This allows users to have a better understanding of the condition of the compost without having to constantly open and inspect the bin. Our aim is not only to create a bin, but to encourage people to see food waste as something that can be managed and potentially transformed into a useful resource.
Okay, now let us explain how EcoBin Plus works. First, users place suitable food scrap into the compost compartment. The food waste is then kept inside the bin where the natural decomposition process can take place. EcoBin Plus also have ventilation holes that allow air to circulate inside the bin. This helps create a suitable environment for the composting process. In addition, we include a mesh filter to support ventilation while helping to keep the composting area protected. Another important feature is the smart monitoring display. It shows important information such as the temperature, moisture level, and compost level. For example, if the moisture level is too high or too low, users can identify that the compost may need some attention. The compost level also allows users to know when the compartment is getting full. With these features, users do not have to constantly open the bin to check the compost. Instead, they can easily monitor its condition through the display. Therefore, EcoBin Plus make the composting process easier to monitor and more convenient for users.
There's no
EcoBin EcoBeam Plus can create both environmental and social benefits. From an environmental perspective, our innovation encourages the separation of food waste from other types of waste. This can help reduce the amount of organic waste being sent to landfills and promote composting as a more sustainable way of managing food waste. From a social perspective, EcoBin Plus can help raise awareness among students and the school community about responsible waste management. By having a visible, interactive system, so students can learn that small actions, such as separating food waste, can contribute to a more sustainable environment. In the future, EcoBin Plus could potentially be introduced in school canteens, cafeterias, and other institutions where food waste is generated regularly. In conclusion, food waste is not simply rubbish that need to be thrown away. With proper management, it can be turned into something useful. EcoBin Plus Smart Compost Bin combine food waste management, composting, and smart monitoring in one system. Our innovation aims to take composting easier, encourage proper food waste separation, and increase environmental awareness among students and the community. Although EcoBean Plus is currently a prototype. We believe that it has the potential to be improved and used on a larger scale in the future. We hope that EcoBean Plus can encourage people to rethink how they manage food waste. Instead of simply throwing food waste away, let's turn waste into a resource. Thank you for listening. We are happy to answer any question from the judges.
And that's time. Thank you, Group 7, for presenting your project. Judges, we will now proceed to the 5-minute Q&A session. Please feel free to begin your questions.
Hi, Lilia and Faiha, thank you very much for your presentation. That's a very good one. My question is that, so you place all the food waste into the eco bin, and then what does the eco bin processing? I mean, it process, and then what happened next?
The food waste will compose itself on itself, and it will come out on a compartment under the food waste compartment. There will be another compartment. It's like a pull out box. The compost food waste would go down there, and you can just open the compartment out, get the compost.
So if I take out the compost, so what do I do next?
What's like that? And then this is for your
Is it for soil compost or
um
what will we happen after that?
well, plants. You can use it for plants. You can you can use it for plants. Yeah. That's all. So sorry.
Okay, no worries. But it's a good idea. There are people that have invented that kind of eco bin. What they did is that the dustbin is actually the processing all the food waste, and it process and become like a soil, compost soil. So that soil can be used for planting. So your plants and everything is an organic. So
Yeah.
it's how you reuse that. It's a good
Yeah.
one. You can improve that.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much.
No problem.
Okay. Can I know what type of food waste that is suitable for your bins?
You can use vegetables peels, fruit peels, eggshells.
So you just mix everything
Yeah.
without putting anything?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Without putting any additive, whatever? You just put the food waste alone.
Yeah.
And how long is it gonna take?
Around 3 to 6 months. Depend on the food waste you put into it.
And what is the estimated price?
Is it around? We don't really have an estimated price for it, as it is still a prototype. Maybe under 100 ringgit.
Oh, 100. Wow, very cheap.
Yeah, really cheap,
Okay.
right?
Okay, yeah. Okay, now that explains why lah. Okay, actually, at this moment, there is available in market 4,000 ringgit, which can compose within in 24 hours. So I believe you should play around with the figure lah, because of course, when you want to invest something, you should know the current market. So I believe this is a very good one, because if it's 100 ringgit, of course, I'm gonna purchase that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Okay, I have a question. Who exactly is your target audience for this item? Because if you're aiming towards the outcome being compost, I don't think it would be particularly effective to be marketing it towards people who live in more urban areas, because they have no need for compost. As you mentioned, the intended purpose of it is for plants. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. So who exactly is your target audience for this item?
Audience can post for. We target places that produces food waste, such as school canteens and cafeterias, so that we
Thank
can
you.
reduce food waste.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you to our participants and judges. This is the conclusion of our Q&A session. Now, let us move on to our eighth and final shortlisted group, Let's welcome SMK Puchong presenting Eco ID system. Participants, could you give us a simple hi to test your audio?
Hi.
Judges, can I confirm if the presenters are coming through clearly? Participants, could you repeat? Could you say a sentence?
Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Judges, are you able to hear? Okay, the screen is all yours.
Hi, my name is Nur Shifana Suha.
And I'm Yashika.
We're presenting Biodiversity and Wildlife Conservation from SMK Puchong. Introduction to the environmental issue. Biodiversity refers to the variety of including plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. Wildlife conservation focuses on protecting species and their habitats to maintain ecological balance. Importance of addressing the issue. Biodiversity underpins ecosystem services such as clean air, water, pollination, and climate regulation. Without conservation, ecosystem collapse, threatening food security, health, and livelihood. Next slide, please. Problem analysis. Biodiversity is declining at alarming rate worldwide. Species extinction is accelerating due to human activities, with ecosystems losing their balance and resilience. Wildlife habitats are shrinking and many species are now endangered and critically threatened. Causes and impacts. Causes: cutting down forests and clearing land for farming or cities. Pollution from plastic, chemicals, and waste. Climate change making place too hot, too dry, or too wet for certain species. Hunting and training animals illegally. Taking too much from nature, like overfishing or overhunting. Impacts: fewer pollinators like bees, which mean less food for people. Ocean and forests lose their ability to clean air and water. Communities that depend on wildlife lose part of their culture and traditions. The balance of nature breaks down, leading to more floods, drought, and crop failures. Next slide, please. This is the supporting evidence. And I will pass to Yashika for the next present. Next slide, please.
Okay, now I'll be introducing our proposed innovation, which is the Eco ID system, an automatic digital verification system for forest conservation. Eco ID system is a smart forest monitoring network that is designed to detect illegal logging and protect endangered wildlife habitats from destruction. To put it simply, our Eco ID system consists of two components, which is the Eco ID badge and also the tree sensor nodes. So the Eco ID badge will be placed on top of the worker's vest, whereas the tree sensor nodes will be placed on top of the forest trees. By pairing tree-mounted sound sensors alongside wearable digital permit badges for licensed workers, the system provides protection across rainforests. It accurately will distinguish between legal logging and also illegal logging. Next slide, please. Now I'll be explaining how the innovation works. So firstly, the tree-mounted sensors will continuously monitor forest sounds, listening for specifically high decibel volume produced by, for example, heavy machines such as chainsaws. Secondly, the moment a high noise is detected, the sensor will automatically scan the area for a wireless authorization signal from the Eco ID digital permit badge worn by nearby workers. Now, there is two possible cases. So, if the Eco ID badge is present, the system will confirm the worker's permission, keep the alarm silent, and log the activity as safe logging. Whereas, if the badge is not present, the system will identify it as an unauthorized logging attempt and activates local visual and audio alarms.
The system will also instantly send a notification containing alert status and exact GPS coordinates to nearby wildlife ranges. Next slide, please. Expected environmental and social impact. This innovation directly helps biodiversity and wildlife conservation by stopping illegal loggers right when they start, instead of discovering fallen trees days later. When our Eco-ID system detects an unauthorized chainsaw, it instantly sends exact GPS coordinates to wildlife rangers so they can stop the destruction before massive areas of trees are cut down. Saving these trees keeps animal homes intact, allowing endangered wildlife to hunt, nest, and live safely without being forced into dangerous human areas. Socially, these instant GPS alerts keep wildlife rangers safe by showing them exactly where to go, so they never walk blindly into a dangerous trap. Next slide, please. In conclusion, biodiversity and wildlife population are declining at an alarming rate worldwide, largely driven by the illegal destruction of rainforest habitats. The Eco-ID system addresses this crisis directly by transforming delay forest monitoring into instant and real-time protection. By combining acoustic sensors with digital badge verification, we eliminate false alarms and give rangers the exact tools needed to stop illegal logging before habitats disappear. Protecting our rainforests means preserving the delicate web of life that depends on them. With Eco-ID, we aren't just listening to the forest. Instead, we are safeguarding global biodiversity and protecting wildlife for generations to come. Thank you.
And that's time. Thank you for your presentation. Judges, you may now proceed with the final 5-minute Q&A session.
Hello, thank you, SMK Puchong, Nur Shifa, and Yashika. Thank you. Very good presentation. My question is that how does talking about system, how does the alarm giving the signals to the rangers or any other authority people? Because if let's say you place that at the middle of the forest, how do you activate that? I mean, like if it is activate, who is the authority that will be getting the signals first?
Okay, thank you for the question. So the specialty of our innovation is that it uses LoRa wireless transceiver. LoRa is basically long range. So long range wireless transceiver is used in our tree sensor nodes. So once the noise is detected and once the system confirms that it is coming from an illegal logging place, then the GPS location and the alert signal will be sent using radio waves. So you don't need any network or wireless or cellulars or Wi-Fi. So it uses radio waves and sends it to nearby wildlife ranger stations. So the people who are in the ranger stations will receive the GPS coordinates and the alerts. So then they can confirm and go to the place.
All right, thank you very much. That's very innovative, actually.
Thank you.
Dr. Muhammad, do you have any questions?
How positive you are that Jabatan Penglihatan will take up this technology?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Jabatan Penglihatan is going to take up this technology. How positive you are that Jabatan Penglihatan is going to take up this technology?
I think I'm really positive that they'll allow this system because it's very sustainable in my opinion.
It runs on free and green energy, which gets power from the sun and save and protects nature.
Yeah, because our tree sensor nodes includes a solar rechargeable power module. So they get the powers not from batteries but from sun. So that is very sustainable. And apart from that, it leaves no trash too because since we're not using any batteries, the batteries won't go to waste and there won't be any trash around the forest. So yeah.
Okay.
Miss Alicia, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for this idea. It's very innovative. I've never heard of it before. As someone who has worked with bioacoustics for wildlife tracking before, my question was more towards that how the main issue in bioacoustics at this moment is that it can only be logged in for about 1 month maximum before it needs to be the battery dies out. And the thing about solar is that it's not always the most effective because in rainforests, a lot of times it's very shaded. So you don't get sunlight or you don't get direct sunlight or in So that's sort of my question here, that if you say you're going to use solar, you cannot account for things, especially in tropical rainforests like Malaysia, that there may be rainy seasons, there can be extended seasons without sun. There can also be a lot of periods where it's just dull, the weather is just gloomy, or that sunlight doesn't necessarily come into contact with the area. So what are your thoughts about this?
We want to mention that the solar rechargeable power modules is not entirely based on the solar power panels. It is a combination of a compact solar power and also a rechargeable battery that will run 24/7 in deep forests. So it doesn't fully apply on the source of the sun.
Thank you.
Are there any additional questions from the judges? Okay, and with that, we've completed all 8 presentations and Q&A sessions. Before we officially conclude the competition, we would like to invite esteemed judges to share a few closing remarks to all our participants. We'll give the judges some time to reflect about how the competition went for around 3 minutes. Judges, are you ready? First, may we invite Dr. Alia to share a few words with us?
Thank you very much for inviting me. I can see that's a very innovative from all of the participants, but there's always a room of improvement. yeah, keep it up for the great work and innovative ideas for a bright future, inshallah. That's all from me.
Thank you, Dr. Alia. Finally, may we invite Miss Alicia to share her perspective with us?
So much. It's incredible to see such young children able to come up with such innovative ideas, and for some of them to even implement it. And I really hope that this is enough to spark the change in the youth nowadays, and to take things not only just for this competition, but to carry them on in their lives, to implement this into real world solutions and to integrate this into their daily lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Alicia. Thank you to all our judges for your valuable time, insights, and feedback throughout the competition. Our sincere congratulations to all shortlisted groups on your outstanding efforts, creativity, and commitment to promoting environmental sustainability throughout this competition. We would also like to extend our deepest appreciation to our esteemed judges for generously dedicating their time, expertise, and valuable insights to evaluating each of the projects. Our sincere thanks also goes to everyone who has contributed to making today's competition a meaningful and successful event. The judges will now proceed with their deliberations. We wish all our finalists the very best of luck, and we look forward to celebrating the results of your hard work and dedication. With that, we have come to the conclusion of today's Eco Innovation Competition. Thank you once again to all participating teams for your enthusiastic participation and for sharing your innovative ideas and solutions with us. All participating teams may now leave the meeting. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations once again to all participants.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.